Hello and welcome to episode one of PropMetrics Home Price Investigation. Let's take a look at Chicago today, don't we? So, for the first thing off, we're going to look at home value growth. Okay, as you can see, something very clear here. Downtown Chicago markets down 4 or 5% across the board, almost everything downtown, including the Loop. Small declines in the West Side and Greektown, but some of the big strongholds of where people are moving. Lakeview, Lincoln Park down 5-6% year over year. And that's a huge contrast from what we're seeing in the outer, specifically northwest suburbs. Northwest suburbs and the far west suburbs doing comparatively fantastic with 10% growth almost everywhere we can see. And this is a trend that I've seen before, right? Where you have a lot of appreciation in speculative areas. A lot of the time, suburbs are speculative. But, let's look at what the crash data from 2007 and 2012 showed us. Well, dang. Okay. We saw that the city homes did fairly well in the great financial crisis, but a lot of these inner ring suburbs and outer suburbs did not fare nearly as well. You can see they did quite well over here in the southwest suburbs. In fact, pretty great in the far southwest. But overall, just because something appreciates now, falls now, doesn't mean in a financial crisis things will look exactly the same. And since we're looking at the current supply, let's take a look at days on market. So here we're just going to look at number of days homes are sitting on the market. You can see it's pretty healthy across the board here in Chicago. I mean, 10, 12, 20 days on the market for homes. That's amazing. I can tell you for a fact, I'm investing a lot in this area right now. And let me tell you, homes get snapped up real quick. Not the case downtown here. I mean, downtown's been, as we saw in that last cut, not doing superbly hot. Let's take a look at listings. Let's take a look at listing count year over year. Okay. And really, this just gives us so much more color because even though days on market is pretty damn low, supply is also growing. So the combination of low days on market supply growth really tells us a story here that this is a place where we're seeing a lot of properties come on market, and those properties that are coming on the market are getting snapped up pretty quick. Let's see what else we can take a look at. Okay, so I'm a big rental investor. Okay, I basically only buy 2 bedrooms. 2 and 3 bedrooms, kind of my bread and butter. And I love this view. This is probably one of my favorite views that we have on the app. Okay, so you look at this is if what you're seeing here. This is the projected monthly cash flow. If you bought an average 2 bedroom property, okay, and financed it with a 20% down, 30-year mortgage. But here's what's super cool, okay? You can modify the type of mortgage you're having, right? So 20%, 30-year, you can modify the interest rate, you can put in some money for, let's just say, an expected HOA. I can tell you what, I'm probably going to be putting down more money. Look, I'm a little cash rich. I did liquidate a good bit of equities beforehand just because I'm looking at purchasing a property real soon. And with these parameters, right, a 40% down payment, 200%, $200 monthly additional cost, I'm not buying downtown, let me tell you that much. But a lot of these pockets in the southwest burbs, I love Schaumburg. I will say I look at properties there all the time. This is a hot area. Hanover Park, fantastic. This is the spillover from Schaumburg. Streamwood as well. I would be really looking at these places to buy a cash flowing rental. I think some of these, you might think, oh wow, why wouldn't I buy in Wilmette? Well, reality is there's not a whole ton of 2 beds in Wilmette to buy. Okay. So, you kind of have to figure some of these things out by digging around, but this is a fantastic way to just point you to where you want to be looking. Okay. If you're trying to purchase a cash flowing rental, if you're looking for something that will generate money month over month, this is the tool to use. I use it a lot also. I mean, I look at 2 and 3 bedrooms. That's my bread and butter. 3 bedrooms in particular are what I love to purchase. And so with the same parameters, oh, ignore that for now. We're seeing a lot of the same trends. This area, I know for a fact, a lot of my friends, young families are moving out here, and a 3-bedroom is kind of that perfect sweet spot for a lot of these young families. Yeah, let me know what else you want to see. I mean, I'm going to do definitely more of these videos showcasing other investment opportunities. And yeah, let me know what other cities you'd like to see. You can do the whole United States here. Obviously, not some rural areas, but Chicago is a hot one for investing in property. I will say I'm very bullish on this market. So I start with what I know. You know what I'm saying? All right. Well, thank you. Have a good rest of your day.